and welcome to Scousers with a Passion. This is our latest series from Under Wing, and as you know, I always go around looking for awesome business founders and just put them out to you so you can get to know them a bit better. This new series is about Scousers. They are my favorite people ever. I've lived in Liverpool now for 10 years and I consider myself some sort of an adopted Scouser. I find Liverpool to be an amazing place with so many entrepreneurs and people who really put their heart in what they do. So this series is about people who have picked something as a job which matches their passions and they're making money out of it. Because I always say, and you know if you follow me, that the fact that you choose your passion as your job doesn't mean that you have to stay not rich. So, as you know from my previous series, I let my guests introduce themselves, so over to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I'm the owner and director of a company called Gourmet Social. It's an enterprise CIC. It's a community interest company which sustains our bigger project, which is a charity called Holiday Hunger. So basically we have 2 restaurants with the profits feeding back into Holiday Hunger. And that's it.
Yeah, fantastic. So it's some sort of a puzzle, isn't it? All these companies feeding into Holiday Hunger. So tell us, what came first? How did it start? Did the cafe start first, or the restaurant, or the Holiday Hunger? How did it all go?
Well, the cafe started first, the site in Sefton, which it was just bought as an ongoing concern, kind of a greasy spoon when I first took it over, but I wanted to do something that had like a positive social impact, which would tie in with what I love, which is cooking and food. So we started off just feeding homeless people in the city centre, which was great. It really was. It was. I think as well. I kind of didn't, when I had the idea at first, I didn't really think of how it made me feel. Stepping into service and helping people, and that was really powerful. You feel kind of a bit selfish sometimes when you're getting so much out of it by helping people.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So it started off with the cafe feeding homeless people, and I kind of looked at it and I thought, well, if I stop doing this now, will I be missed? And I really believe it won't, because that many people,
we're doing it. Yeah, Liverpool is really big with helping the homeless. I have put myself on a list of volunteers to help, go out and feed during the night and give out soup and sandwiches, and I've been on that list for 7 years. No one has called me.
Well, I've got a couple of friends. I've got really good friends who run a company called Scouse Kitchen. They're phenomenal. They've been doing it for years. And there's also Paper Cup Co. There's a lot of great organisations in Liverpool. So I'm reading about Holiday Hunger, which is basically what it says on the tin. It's kids going hungry in the holidays who ordinarily rely on school meals, and where the cafe is in Netherton, it's a really deprived area, and I spoke to one of the local schools and I asked them if there was a problem that they were aware of, and they were like, it's a big problem. So that's where Holiday Hunger was kind of born at the back end of 2018, with the one school, 15 kids, and it was just kind of a thing where I can use profits out of the cafe to sustain this. We'll extend it, grow it, take more schools on, take more kids on, and then just like within like 6 months we had like 5 schools, 75 kids.
Amazing.
Mayor Joe Anderson gets in touch, shot the blue, invites you around to his house. I was like, look, this is great, we want to roll around across Liverpool, and then it was the Mayor's Summer Lunch Club in the summer of 2019. It was 22,000 meals in 6 weeks.
Wow.
And it's just grown and grown from there, like it really has been so special.
Amazing, it's amazing, and sometimes we don't realize what's going on in our own cities, isn't it? When I discovered about this, I just think, how is it possible we live in what is called the first world, isn't it? And I just think, how is it possible that these children can go hungry? It's like,
so sad.
it really shouldn't happen.
You can blame like parents and you can blame circumstances, and you can, at the end of the day, if you just step back from it and just think the kids are innocent.
Yeah, and
that's it. You can't be judgmental. You can't, like I've gone to houses to hand food out with people who are friends of mine who volunteer, and you open the door and the house smells of drugs, stuff like that, and like this, you just think, I'm talking food out to you, but you can't, the kids are innocent, it's just...
No, that's the problem, the kids are the kids, isn't it? I always say the kids have the rights to be kids, course, and if they are not, it's our responsibility, and you can blame the parents, but blaming doesn't help anyone, does it? Doing it makes a difference. So, well done. That takes me to our next question, which is why Liverpool? This is a very big project, and I mean it could grow nationally. And I firmly believe that Liverpool is a wonderful place to start a business, but definitely if you look at how it is perceived outside of Liverpool, it's definitely not a place where other people would come to start a business.
Yeah, so obviously I'm a Scouser, I'm a proud Scouser, it's my home, it's where I've grown up. To start a social enterprise and to help the local community, it couldn't have been anywhere else more Liverpool. To support me, and I do firmly believe there's no other city, particularly what we've done in the summer holidays, the way everyone came together and the amount of children we fed, and the scale we've done it on such short notice. There's no other city in the country could have done it like this. There's just not.
Liverpool does come together, doesn't it?
The city council we worked with, the mayor, Joe Anderson, he even got a little bit of stick, but deep down he's a socialist and he wants to help people.
Yeah.
And he like divulged a policy the council had that no one really knew, was that every council employee is entitled to 5 days a year paid voluntary leave. No one knew that. So he was like, we've got an army of how many thousand council employees.
Yeah.
Let's utilise them. We had like 120 volunteers over the 6 weeks. Yeah. We were all council employees. It was just like, phenomenal. You have to end up employing someone to manage the volunteers, if that many of them. So no other city could do that.
I love it. No, Liverpool does come together. And I mean, I always say this too. I'm Italian, obviously, and I'm from Sardinia, but I've lived in Rome and in Milan. And Milan is a city where people are losing humanity. Mm-hmm. And I always tell to people, and people in Liverpool are horrified by this, I remember being 7 months pregnant and fainting in the tube. So I was waiting for the train to arrive to go to work, and I fainted. And I remember opening my eyes and seeing people jumping over me because the train had arrived and people were jumping over me to get to the train.
Very much like London.
I know. And I remember I had just moved, and my son was about not even 2 years old. We were passing down here in the city centre, and a mum came out shouting from Primark, saying that she lost the boy. She had a 4-year-old boy and she didn't know what it was. And I am not joking, everyone stopped. They shut the shop. Some people were in the shop, some people were out of the shop. No one just passed by. And I was absolutely, I mean, it's amazing that people come together like that, because you might think, in Milan, people would have thought, that's not my boy, is it? So it's absolutely amazing, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, there's no other city like this on the planet, I think.
I agree.
Yeah, it's great to call yourself a Scouser, and probably great to call yourself an adopted Scouser.
I really like it. It's a place where I love to be, and the people are absolutely amazing. So, next is, obviously this series is about people who have started the business out of a passion, out of a goal or a mission they had. And I always say to my clients, but also to people I don't know, you don't necessarily have to start a business because you want to make money. Making money is fine, and it's absolutely fantastic, but I never think it should be your first goal, when you start a business, because things are going to go wrong. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be days where you just want to go get a job, and there's going to be days where you just think, why am I even doing this? And I think if money is your only drive, it's not going to get you very far. And in those days, you're just going to give up. Whether if there is someone who's watching and has got this idea, which is not necessarily the brightest business idea, but they know it's going to help the community, it's going to do good in the world. If you had something to tell them, like, I don't know, any advice, any motto you live by, anything that could help them start today, what would it be?
I'd just say follow your heart, no matter what you're doing. You know, just for me personally, my project, my business I've started off, there's not one angle of it where I can draw any negatives, but we've created lots of jobs, like 15 staff. We've created 9 jobs during lockdown, which is like quite unprecedented, I think, in this current climate. You know, we're helping people. We're taking pressure off families. Yeah. We're sustainable. We're not asking for handouts off people. You know, so there's not one, and ultimately as well, I'm providing for my own family.
Yeah.
And it's like, so there's no real negative you can draw from any of that. And I think my biggest thing I work by is that working hard works. And if you can tie that in with following your heart, and you know, it'll all just come together, and it's beautiful.
I like that, yeah, I absolutely agree also. So if people want to check you out, want to come here and have some delicious food, or want to check out the Holiday Hunger Project, where do they go?
Well, the best thing to do is go on the social media. So Instagram is Once on Liverpool. This is the restaurant in the city centre, and the links are all on the bio for Holiday Hunger page, Gourmet social page. We've got a website, onceonliverpool.com.
Okay. Yeah. And an absolutely amazing thing which I do want to mention, because this video is going to go live before this happens, is that for the whole of October you took it on yourself to keep the Eat Out to Help Out project going, and this is an amazing thing, because we all know that the government has stopped the funding for it, but you decided to keep doing it for your clients.
Well, we've done it through September, just on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, what the government were doing through August. But then it's been really good for us in terms of a new business, getting people through the door, getting to taste our food, and it's, you know, they're coming back. So what we've decided for October is to extend it for the full 7 days. So Monday to Sunday, 50% off all your food if you're dining in. You know, we're in quite a fortunate position where we've got some incentives with the rent over the next year and staff and stuff like that, so we can afford to do it, and it helps people out, gets people in the restaurant. So again, it's a win-win for everyone.
So do come over, and the food is delicious.
You have to book though, because we're getting really busy.
And it's in the middle of the city centre. You've got no excuses. You can get here walking, by train, by bus, by taxi. You can drive, you can come with your bike. No excuses at all. And if you're out and about, just stop. They're open for lunch too, so it's absolutely amazing. Listen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I will see you on the next episode. Bye.